what they end up doing, and this is a really important thing here because we're talking about marketing essentially. What the benefactor ends up doing is telling the artist, I will make you a show. And I will pay for all the marketing costs. At the time they didn't call it this. I'll make a bunch of buzz for you, you know.
Yeah.
And people will all come to the show, and then, you know, they could make a deal like, we'll split the proceeds 50-50 or something. You know what I mean? It's a show, right? And so the benefactor kind of draws up this plan to provide the funds for the marketing. The artist provides themselves and their work. So they both are providing something, and then they both come out 50-50. And this starts to look like a performance from like a musician. And musicians would also do this, where they would have a marketing guy or a benefactor or some kind of business savvy person come in and say, I see your value, buddy. I think you're going to have a great show. I'll set up the business side of it. You set up the art side of it. We'll do this 50-50, and we both come out of it well, and we don't have to do anything together again, after that, if you don't want to. But if we do well, right, maybe we'll make this a deal and we can keep doing this. So this is a very advantageous kind of deal for artists because they don't want to have to worry about this stuff. And it's very advantageous for business guys because all they have to do is focus on the business. They don't have to focus on any of the other stuff. And they just setting up an event. And then they make buku bucks from this single event that the artist spent months preparing for, right? So it works very well for both people. And so here we are now, and people are like, you got to do your own marketing now as an artist. And I'm like, what? When did this whole idea start that artists had to also become business savvy people and they can't work with anybody else? No other business person will see their value and see their potential and invest in them, right? So why is this happening? And here's why. Okay, so many of the arts was taken over by Hollywood. Every kind of art taken over by Hollywood. The visual arts, fine artists, the music industry, so many of these other people. And they start owning the business, lock, stock, and barrel. Everything, beginning to end, cradle to grave, everything. And so how did they do this? Well, they are a marketing force. So why are they asking artists to do this? Well, because the most risky part of marketing is the first part of marketing. That's the most risky part. And so Hollywood's got billions and billions of dollars. Why are they so scared of risk? Why are they going to lose a few million? Why do they, the business in Hollywood is about, it's very in demand. There's tons of new people always showing their face, being like, I'm so cool, right? They want to be in Hollywood. They like to rub elbows. Well, guess what? You're going to have to take the risk because you want to. You want to be out there trying to get famous, etc. And Hollywood is not going to give you a dime, right? You have to really do something amazing and risk hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly. And then, you know what? Maybe if they like you, they'll throw you a bone and save you. And then, guess what? They own all your stuff. So you don't get anything. What you do get is the hopes that you'll become famous. And then with that fame, you can make your own money later. But the truth is, a lot of music artists are like this too. They don't even own their masters. They don't own their, you know what their masters are? It's basically the best copy of their files, of their music, their own music. They don't even own their own music. right? So the companies own their music, and is it that really that expensive to have masters? Not really. It's not really that expensive to make masters. You know, 10, 20,000, something like that. Um, and how expensive do you think films are? So much more than the masters from a musician. So how much do you think these filmmakers are owned lock, stock, and barrel by Hollywood? Ton of them. They don't own their own films. No. So what they're hoping for is throw me a bone, Hollywood, make me famous, and then I can make a film somewhere else if I'm lucky and I don't need you. Guess what? You do need them anyway. You know why? Because they own all the distribution. And if you really want good money, what do you have to do? You can't use your own marketing. You got to use their marketing. So because their marketing is like 100 times better than yours, I assure you. So this is not very attractive to me, right? This ends up being very unattractive to me as an artist looking down the barrel of Hollywood going, I don't even know if I can work with these people, and they want to take all my stuff. So, why would I do this to myself? So, yes, technology changes a lot, but it doesn't change everything. They still own all the avenues of distribution, and they have all the best methods of marketing that are not as risky, not nearly as risky as if you market something yourself. So this is not looking very attractive, I just got to say.